Some people carry storms inside them. Storms they never asked for. Storms shaped long before you ever met them. This episode explores what it feels like to live beside unpredictable emotional weather. Calm one moment, tension the next. A sudden shift you can sense before a single word is spoken. It's the quiet exhaustion of learning to read the atmosphere instead of the person. And the way that vigilance slowly becomes a way of life. Through the Weathervane metaphor, we look at how internal storms create external confusion. How you can start bracing for changes you can't control. How you begin to shrink your own needs to avoid lightning that was never meant for you. And how deeply this kind of unpredictability affects your sense of safety, connection, and self-trust. This session closes with a reflective moment to help you ground yourself. Step out of forecast mode and remember that you deserve steadiness. Not perfection, just steadiness. A climate where calm isn't temporary, where communication doesn't require vigilance, and where the weather inside someone else doesn't dictate the landscape of your own life. Their internal weather changes rapidly, shaped by stress, exhaustion, or what they've been consumed with, or what they've consumed. You learn to read the subtle cues, to anticipate storms, to adjust your own emotional footing, often at the cost of your own steadiness. You can feel the atmosphere change before a word is spoken. The pressure drop, the shift in tone, the storm rolling in. Partners' moods and mood swing with stress or substances make stability unpredictable. Trying to feel grounding, trying to feel compassionate and resonant. Yes, you can feel the atmosphere change before the first word is spoken, the pressure drop, the sky inside someone shifting, a storm gathering in the quiet. Now, sit where you feel steady and breathe deeply. sensing the support beneath you like a reliable foundation. Bring to mind a calm moment with your partner, and then a moment where the mood shifted sharply due to stress or substances or some other electronic distraction, like a Pavlovian conditioning from a text message ringtone. Notice sights, smells, posture, the tempo of speech. Now, imagine a small garage with 3 labeled hooks: safety, limits, and help. Hang safety as immediate measures you can use when moods shift. Leaving the room, calling a friend, grounding exercises. Hang limits as clear boundaries about behaviors you won't accept. Intoxicated driving, verbal abuse, or staying out late at night with friends that you've never met or that you don't know what their intentions are or what their morals are. Hang help as resources, counseling, support groups, medical help. Form a clear sentence. When substances or stress causes big mood changes, I need safety and clarity about limits. I am willing to support seeking help, but I also need protections for myself. Breathe with the sentence and feel your center stabilize. If fear or anger arises, acknowledge it and place it on a hook. Known, manageable. Choose one practical step. Agree on immediate safety measures. Request evaluation or treatment, or plan for a cool down period before discussing incidents. Anchor with 3 sensory cues. The feel of the safety hook, immediate actions. The weight of the limits hook, boundaries. And the contact of help, resources you can reach. Breathe. Feel the chair beneath you, the floor under your feet. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes, carrying practical steps that protect both your well-being and the possibility of support for change. You've learned to read the storm before it arrives. But even that skill comes at a cost. The Weathervane may warn you of every shift, yet you deserve a life where you don't have to live in constant forecast mode. And as you sit with the memory of all the times you sensed the shift before it happened, the tightening in the air, the subtle change in tone, the way your body leaned to read storms and learned to read storms like a barometer, you begin to understand just how much of yourself you've spent trying to stay safe in someone else's weather. You've become fluent in atmospheres that were never yours to manage. Adjusting your voice, your needs, your presence to avoid the next gust. But here's the truth the Weathervane quietly reveals. Being able to predict the storm doesn't make the storm any less draining. It doesn't make the lightning yours to catch. It doesn't make the thunder your responsibility to soften. You were never meant to live in constant forecast mode. You are allowed to want a climate where calm isn't temporary. You are allowed to want connection that doesn't require vigilance. You are allowed to want a life where you don't have to scan the horizon before you speak. The Weathervane may keep spinning, responding to every internal shift, but you don't have to keep orienting yourself around its turning. You can step back from the Stormfront, breathe, and remember that steadiness is not a luxury. It's a basic human need. Let this be your reminder. You deserve skies that don't make you brace, conversations that don't make you flinch, and relationships where the weather inside someone else doesn't dictate the climate of your own life. You can choose shelter. You can choose clarity. You can choose peace. Thank you for listening to Truth Talk. You've been listening to Fickle, the Weathervane situation, number 10. Respect and honor your body. Be kind to your mind and allow your spirit to be free. And remember, calm is your comeback. I'm Lindsay, your certified clinical hypnotherapist and certified hypnosis instructor. And I'll see you in the next episode.